All right, guys. Here's David, the Schweres. He did this expert job of opening up the this box here that's got what do you want to call that? That kind of paper.
Tissue paper?
Tissue paper. Yeah, there we go. And why does it have tissue paper? Because it's fancy. Why is it fancy? Because I spent way too much on a Corsair product that'll probably end up being mediocre, like always.
I heard good things about it.
Okay. What does it say in the front? What is that? Launch edition?
Yeah.
M75 Air Launch Edition?
Yeah.
Why did Elliot bother buying this? Because wait, it's yellow.
Ooh. Well, if you don't want that mouse pad.
I kind of do. I think the mouse pad's numbered just like the mouse. I told you if it wasn't a limited edition mouse pad. That looks pretty smexy, doesn't it?
Actually, not too bad.
Is it pretty thick? It looks pretty thick from here.
Yeah.
Decently.
It's like the other Corsair pads, except that's relatively tall, isn't it? Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't be able to use that anyways. That's too tall for my desk.
Oh, so it's a proper width one. It's not just the foot. It's like 18 inches.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Bro,
Did you just fail it at?
no man, like I just don't.
Here, give me the thing.
Here's your mouse. You can have the props there. I'll put this up here. Yeah, see? Look at that.
560 out of 1,000.
Nice.
I don't know if that's good or bad. I was surprised that they actually numbered them, because usually when they do this sorts of stuff, they just make it 1 out of 1,000. You know, so nobody gets an actual number. Yeah. Well, there it is. I literally ended up. I was memeing this mouse because I'm like they're charging. How much is one of those stock? Yeah, think about that. Corsair's trying to charge $150.
For a mouse with fake 2,000 hertz.
Fake?
Yep. Doubles the input rates. It's 1,000 hertz. It's not 2,000. Just says the same report twice.
Did you guys hear that? Fake. It actually feels kind of comfy. Feels kind of cheap, but it's stupid lightweight. Let's look this up real quick. Here, launch edition bundle. Alright, I had to pick this up because specifically the launch edition, as you can see, that's more my yellow, my vibe here. Or like that guy right over there, you know. I've had my iPod at actually very close to this. It's kind of orangish yellow. But this high-vis yellow is pretty high up on the list as well. Oh, that orange from backseat is always beautiful. But yeah, they're trying to charge $150 for the M570 normally. And then this launch edition with the yellow was $200. Had to pick it up. Let's see, launch edition M570 Air. Let's see here. The one thing about this, it was stupid light. Wait. Here, 60 grams. It feels it. Those side buttons are surprisingly flush, yet pressable. Squeers was saying fake. It does sound kind of hollow, like the air mice from Roccat. If you listen to that. I think a lot of these lightweight mice just get that. The scroll wheel isn't particularly great. It's got some really fine bumps in it. When you go fast, it feels kind of scratchy. The Vaxi XE has much more defined bumps. Vaxi did go back to the analog, not the optomechanical, but a mechanical scroll wheel here. And this has to be one of the best feeling scroll wheels in my opinion. A nice balance between you know, like how many steps Like this just ends up, when you go fast, this just ends up being like scratchy or like gritty. Whereas this still has nice defined steps even when going quickly. Shape is quite unique. It's actually quite skinny. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's skinnier than the XE by quite a bit. But it's tall. Taller than the XE, for sure. Longer as well. I don't know what shape I would compare this to. Maybe Screws will have some ideas when he comes back. But, yeah, the hump's in a completely different spot. Yeah, hump on the XE is kind of back here. Like right there, right? Hump on the M75 Air is like definitely right behind your knuckle right there, your second knuckle, you want to call it? Right there. So it's really high right there. Palm grip for sure. Kind of. I mean, maybe it's got a little bit of a prime feel, like an ambidextrous SteelSeries Prime. Supposedly fake 2000 hertz polling. They just double up their 1000 hertz. You want to give this puppy a shot? I'm trying to figure out what mouse it kind of feels like. I don't have it on. I don't even know if it's charged, but feels very tall.
That's okay.
And the hump is very forward.
I kind of like that.
Yeah. You know what I was kind of thinking?
Feels decent.
Imagine SteelSeries Prime, but ambi.
Yeah, but the switches don't feel as good.
Yeah, they're very hollow feeling.
I think they're the TTC switches, that's why. It's the
Yeah.
ones that Roccat are using. It just feels kind of cheap, though.
That would by the way, if it's the ones that Rocket's using, it explains why the feel's the same. Like, it feels very hollow. Like if you've used the Air, have you used the Roccat Air? It feels very, very much like like that.
That's the one I use at home. That's how my work setup.
So
God, it just, I don't know, man. This feels really cheap.
yeah, it's 60 grams.
Yeah, but I have a super light 2. And it actually feels like quality.
Yeah.
This feels like cheap plastic.
I don't know. It feels about the same build quality as that Ninjutsu.
Yeah.
And that thing's stupid light as well. What do you feel about the side buttons? It's kind of interesting. They're actually quite clicky.
They're okay, yeah.
But they're like, you almost gotta push them in.
Yeah.
You know, like into the body, not.
I mean, it's like a Cooler Master was.
Yeah. I think it's a shape I can get. Like, the shape's not bad though.
Yeah.
I can't think of another mouse that has a similar shape though. Like, Corsair may have actually come up with something that's unique and not horrible for once.
Yeah.
For those wondering, they're like, for example, their Iron Claw mouse, which I'm at work at the moment. I don't have on me, but it was actually a palm mouse. Yet it was called the Iron Claw. Mm-hmm. What? Explain that one.
I can't. I'm not the marketing people at. Is that Corsair?
Yeah, Corsair. Or like a lot of their, what was it, the Saber? Yeah. Was it the Saber? Was that the recent one? I think Muskie liked that one. All right.
They redid the Saber.
Yeah, they redid it completely. I personally like the lower profile Saber.
They changed it more like
Yeah, but then the one they put at Best Buy, remember, that was like the heavyweight RGB version, and you had to get like the Champion. No, they did the same thing with the Saber. Yeah, I can show you it.
Yeah, it's right there.
And you bought the one with the RGB and everything, and then you tried mine that I had bought directly from them. That's the lightweight one. It's like, if you guys are wondering, with the Saber they made the like competitive one, but then major retailers didn't have it. I don't know if you know that, but that's what they did with the Saber originally too. Is they had an optical Saber and a laser one. The laser one is what went to all the retailers. You had to buy the optical one directly from them.
Yeah, that one, the first one sucked. That was a weird shape.
See, this guy is telling me mice are like suck.
Like weird shape, you know.
I mean, I was coming off of using like the G602.
I mean, I also use big ass mice at this point.
Yeah, I don't mind that mouse. I think the if you guys are wondering, that's the Rival or RX5. Sorry, it's the same thing as Rival 5 except it's got holes.
I like it so much that I only use it at work. It's just a piece of shit. Pardon my French.
I think the Rival 600 was better.
Yeah, I agree.
The shape was better. It was not as cheap feeling in the hand. It did suck that the grips fell off, but they could have fixed that.
RX3 is better.
Yeah, I like the RX3. Oh, you mean the new RX3 Ghost?
Shut up.
But yeah, no, I guys, you may not want to just run out there because, you know, Corsair being Corsair, as David said, apparently fake 2,000 hertz polling.
They've been doing that for years now.
They just got 2,000 hertz polling.
No, Corsair,
Keyboards, you mean?
No, the Saber had 2,000 hertz polling.
Not my version.
Oh, well, you didn't have the Pro one, but I had the option of running 2,000 hertz polling on there, and it was only, they doubled it up. The M75 wireless had that.
I didn't get that one either. That one was way too expensive. That mouse was like $1 billion.
I think all the wireless mice that they've made in the last like 2 to 3 years had the 2,000 hertz polling option.
Because there's the new Scimitar Elite, there's the Night Saber, there's the Dark Saber.
Any mouse that's running their 26K.
Do you mean the M65 RGB Ultra?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I almost bought that because, like, in hand, I tested it. For those wondering, it's right over here. I tested. It actually feels super nice in hand. But like $1 billion, I thought $129 for a wireless Corsair mouse was way too freaking much. Ooh, one mouse that you can't complain about, the Roccat Pro XT. That's because they refreshed it to the Roccat Pro something now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only $30. So the Pro XT, if you guys want a cheap mouse, Pro XT is now on sale for $25. Because the new Roccat, they like refreshed it in some way, is $30.
Mm-hmm.
So the price went down, like the new price is cheaper. Because it used to be $35 for the Pro XT. But yeah, here's what we're talking about. There's the Saber RGB Pro. And then there's the Saber Pro Champion. That's, in my opinion, it's cheaper.
You're talking cord ones,
yeah. Boom, boom, these two. That's the one to get right there. That's one I got.
This mouse has the same sensor as that.
Ah, gotcha.
And then I think maybe scrolling down.
You might have to go back a page. These are older ones.
That one doesn't. But any of the wireless ones, I think this
Yeah,
one
like
does.
I said, I went on the older ones. You got to go up here to the Roccat Elite Wireless,
For sure that
the
has the
Iron
same
Claw.
sensor. That is the same
I have an
sensor.
Iron Claw, a wired one, I think, though.
And I think it's got the 26,000 DPI sensor.
Okay, I basically have avoided all of those because they all cost way too much.
Yeah.
And of course, they weren't good mice either. Like when they launched another Dark Core, this is literally, guys, my most viewed video. That is such a piece of shit mouse.
Mm-hmm.
That is how many mice have I ever returned from being just horrible? Like none, almost, except this one. This one got returned.
You have a lot. So yeah, almost.
Like it's because they break that they get returned, not because they're bad. This mouse was bad enough that it was like taken back the next day.
This is a piece of shit.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to get this guy testing on this. I had to get this guy. Look how yellow it is. I mean, come on, why wouldn't you? Hey, look at it. It's got a dongle hole. So, and Razer can't manage dongle holes on a bunch of stuff. So the shape actually feels unique, which Corsair really doesn't. I mean, I shouldn't say it. They do make unique shapes, but they're all garbage for the most part. M75 is a classic. The Saber was alright. The Roccat, updated Roccat is like the Pro XT, which is the wired variant. If you wanted an option other than like the G203, the G Pro, the G305, like in that realm, that shape, the egg shape, Roccat in many ways is actually better. A lot of their other stuff though is just horrible. Like build quality, everything about it. They're going for specs, checkboxes on the page, and not actual quality mice. The Night Saber and Dark Star are $170 wireless mice, and their shapes realistically make no sense, having held them in person. If you guys think I'm different, let me know. Like, have you had a Corsair mouse that's actually been good, that isn't a M65 or an M45, which is that's the OG?
That's a good one.
Yeah. If anybody's got a quality M40/M45, because I really want the M40, not even the M45.
I had an M40.
I know, it was good times back in those days, right?
The one I bought was a piece of crap used guy video.
Well, I think that was a your copy issue then. But I'm gonna use this guy today and probably tomorrow here at work, and maybe take her home and do some bopping heads, you know, click click, click click, and let you guys know how it works. I think the shape feels unique though, and good. Like, unique, not in a bad way. Whereas Corsair's shapes usually are unique in a horrendous way.
Yeah.
Like, it'll always be good, and then there's just like a piece of plastic that juts out into your hand in some odd way that makes it unusable, or it weighs like 3 tons. And you guys are like, oh, it's not that heavy. Yeah, well, when it's 130 grams, that's too heavy.
For consistent use, at least. Unless you're just using it for office work.
It's not an MX Master, because okay, if I'm buying a heavy mouse, I'm just gonna buy an MX Master.
I agree.
So, MX Master, by the way, great mouse. They apparently have issues with like the wireless receivers dying, but the new ones use the Bolt technology, so that shouldn't be a thing anymore.
Bluetooth,
The Bolt, yeah, rather than apparently the 3S's that use the unifying still were shitting the bed towards the end. Very, very weird. But yeah, if you guys have any comments, especially on Corsair mice, or if you guys have an M75 Air, you know, hit us up in the comments. Or if there's anything specific you want to know about it. So far, the closest comparison I have is, imagine like a Prime wireless, but ambidextrous. Not a Prime Mini, like a full-size Prime, but ambidextrous. That's because the hump is in a similar spot. It's far more forward, and it's very tall. Feels interesting though, which is, I want to say that's almost praise for a Corsair product. You know, also the color, yes, more of these.
Yeah, yellow.
Yeah, that packaging too. That's some premium packaging. That rivals Razer packaging there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Any comments, questions? Throw it down below. As always, I'm at TheProfosist over on Twitter, and what is that? Threads? Is that a thing? I think Threads. Otherwise, there's our Discord if you want to discuss stuff with Squeers and I. He's almost never there. You should yell at him to get him on there more. Well, have a good one. Peace. Mouse's update here. Mouse is trash. It only has 1 DPI. And according to Squeers, I can't make that button do DPI change, and I have to run IQ. That's dang near unacceptable. I'm gonna have to go to one of my throwaway computers and install IQ temporarily to program it once.
3 or 4 extra computers.
Yeah, that's why you guys literally need what I call my repair computer. That's where all the garbage gets installed on, so it doesn't slow down your main computer. Like, you know, back in the day when you had GPSs, you'd install that GPS software. You put that over there because then you don't have to worry about it. In this case, my repair computer is literally littered with like 20 different gaming softwares, just so I can program all my mice, and like keyboard software and RGB software, and hopefully I can at least program this thing to do DPI in some way, like a double click or something, because I at least cycle between 400 and 1600. Right now I think we're a little bit lower than 1600. Yeah, Squeers was thinking 1200. But not installing that at work, that is for sure. I do not want IQ polluting my... Well, it's probably also not an approved piece of software, but you know. So I guess I'm running 1200 DPI the rest of the day here. RIP. Just thought I'd quick reiterate how nice of a box this is. Take a look at that. Super nice. Reminds me of the Premium Collection Pokemon stuff. Right in the middle too, they present the mouse, dongle in the bottom, mouse pad in the back. I'll put this right back in there. Oh crap, I forgot to lower the DPI. I was going to use it at, well, I can set my laptop up. I'll be working from home tomorrow. Boom. Like that, that is presentation if I've ever seen it. Accessories are under the sides here. Once you pull this guy out. Or, sorry, underneath, not under the sides. Pretty sure this is also marked launch edition from what I saw on Twitter. So, don't particularly know where I'm going to use it, but it looks really nice. Also, inside of the box is foam lined, just so nothing shifts around. And even the cardboard box it came in is double ply, and then it was tissue papered. Like, that is a premium experience there. But you can't even set your mouse TL in the software. I mean, come on. Actually, my biggest complaint is seriously the DPI changing. Why can't that bottom button do that? You know, or give us some weird thing where if it's like if you press left click, right click, hold it. Like some of them have it where you can scroll up and scroll down to control. With both clicked, you can scroll and get like lighting changes and stuff like that. Or you have to hold the back button as well and scroll or something. It needs something like that. Because what I'm going to have to do now is plug in the work laptop when I get back at home, change it back to 400 because that's what I game at, and then game. And then tomorrow if I use it for work again, which I probably will after I charge it overnight, change it back to 1600 when it's plugged in. Like, now normally you're like, oh Elliot, you would normally just install the software. I should not have to install software to switch between two DPIs consistently. That is nonsensical. Nonsensical.